So you let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready, baby.
We have 5 minutes song.
So what now? What now? So what now? So what now?
We'll talk about it, make us a theme song.
Okay, we'll come up with something.
Yeah. What is up, you guys, and welcome to episode 1 of our first ever podcast. So what now?
So what now?
Child, I don't know. It's always something, right? Today we want to start off the podcast going into the new year talking about just something that everybody every single year talks about, having New Year's resolutions, and it's usually hitting the gym. Everybody's trying to get in there and shed those pounds, get in shape. Hilarious. I see your face. Shed those pounds, get in shape, and talk about, I want to be fit for the new year. We all, at some point in our lives, have said it. I know I say it every single year. And yeah, so we want to talk about health and fitness and health. Just talk about like our goals, where we were when we first learned about fitness, how it has affected our lives, our mental, all of that.
Yeah.
So one of the first things we wanted to talk about. Oh, by the way, sorry y'all, didn't even introduce ourselves. My name is Jordan.
I mean, how they gonna know who are we talking about? If they don't know our name.
I'm your hostess team here. Shout out to me. Hi.
That's my dog. That's her right there. Y'all see her? Right there. And of course, you know me. Well, you don't, but you will do. But it's me, Miss Candy Apple 305. Come on, look for me on all platforms, everywhere you can find me. Miss Candy Apple 305.
Shout out to you. And my name does say Slim Fit Jody here on the screen. So those of you that are watching the YouTube version of this, that's like my fitness Instagram page. So go on and give me a follow. Appreciate it. You can follow her on Instagram as well, Miss Candy Apple 305. She representing that Miami, Mine don't say 609, but I'm born and bred a Jersey girl. Holla at me.
But you still got that 305 flavor in you. So
I was there for a couple of years, but you see I left.
You already Miami nice, girl. You already drive like us.
All right, so we're talking about fitness and health today. So we're gonna just start it off kind of at the beginning. At the very, very beginning. Just like what was health to you? Like when did you first learn about fitness and health and kind of being in shape? Like how did that start off for you? Were you an athlete? Was it something in your family? You knew somebody else in your family that was an athlete? Like how did that work?
Fitness for me was actually my sister and my brother. They both were athletic. My brother was a basketball player, sister a basketball and volleyball player. And then that was me, the bouncy 9-pound baby that was just like, I'm not doing this.
Your mama is stretched. She was stretched.
Listen, that's what happened when they wait so old to have me. But fitness was just, it really wasn't ideal for me because I'm the baby. My parents were much older when they had me, so they were tired. So, I mean, I did get cooked meals, but sometimes it was a fast food. Very rare. Prior to just high school and things like that, it really wasn't ideal. I think I probably failed PE because I didn't climb the ropes.
Child, the ropes was hard though. They were hard.
That's why I realize now why God did not make me a stripper.
Oh my gosh!
I ain't got upper body
strength. Dance to make
I don't have it. I didn't have it. I still don't. I still don't.
Either. These knees is old. I was trying to walk today and I was hurting myself. That's terrible.
But we're going to put it and we're going to come to that because it is going to be one of our 2022 goals.
I'm going to get it together. And the crazy thing is for me, it was the complete opposite for me though. So like since I was yay high, like I was always an athlete. Both of my older brothers were athletes. Well, one of my older brothers was really an athlete. The other one played volleyball as well. He was good in volleyball. He don't really do any other sports. Shout out to you, bro.
Okay.
But he don't really do other sports. But both of my brothers played volleyball when I was young. And my oldest brother, he also ran track. He played football. He just did everything. He was the athletic one in the family. So I wanted to be like my brothers. They played volleyball. So once I was old enough, I started playing volleyball. I would be at the gym with them while they're practicing, playing volleyball. So I played volleyball all through like middle school. My first couple of years of high school, we didn't have a volleyball team. And then eventually, I think my junior year or so, they had a volleyball team. But I played basketball and I mainly ran track. That was my sport there. I wasn't the cheerleading type because the smiling stuff, it hurt. Like I didn't have time for that. My cheeks would be too much. Like, ooh, like that's a lot. So yeah, I was the rough and tough little tomboy girl. I was always physically in shape. That carried on all the way through college. I was a collegiate athlete as well. Shout out Lincoln University. But it just, I don't know really what, you know it's crazy? You know what, listen. It just, we're going to kind of transition a little bit into like these triggers. These triggers and talking about like, for me, I guess where it went wrong and where it went bad, and for you, where it kind of got out of control.
Yes.
So for me, it was like in college, I was an athlete. I was always so terrible when it came to food. I was a snacker. I was not drinker. I don't drink alcohol, but I was a drinker as far as like soda. Mm-hmm. I literally would be at track meets drinking grape soda. I would like bargain with my coaches, like, listen, I'll walk in, I jump, or I'll run this. Listen, I'm gonna break this record or whatever. If you give me this grape soda, if you give me this lollipop, and they just like, here, girl. So
you bargaining with the grape soda, so you. Okay.
And it had to be Welch's. Welch's grape. None of that Sun Kiss or whatever that other mess is.
You know, in Miami, we got checks, so them check sodas.
Sidebar, for the first time in like 10 years, Welch's grape soda is back. And you know where I found it? In the Dollar Tree in Miami. When I came down there a couple of months ago for, or was it last month or whatever? When I came down there, they had it in the Dollar Tree. And I was like, I bought a couple of them. And now I found it in the Dollar Tree here. So Welch's grape. It's a little sweeter than I remember. Maybe because I ain't having it in some years. But Welch's grape was my thing. Anybody that knew that was my thing. But yeah, I was super athletic, like abs, I didn't realize how skinny I was until I look back at pictures now and I'm like, ooh, girl, you should have ate a little bit. But I've always had like hamstrings and like big legs or whatever. But I was very, very much in shape. And the crazy part about it is I feel like I got out of shape when I did the things that were supposed to make me be healthier. Like, I joined the military and I had to drink water. I did not like water. Your girl did not drink water. I drank soda all day long. And I know people watching or listening that are like health enthusiasts or whatever are probably like, no, you were tripping. I'm telling you, I was a collegiate athlete, breaking records, national champions, all this stuff, not drinking water. I joined the military.
Your kidneys ain't hurt?
Water.
They hurt when you
I promise you, all my trouble started when I started drinking water. I promise you it did.
So what now?
It's the water. And I was gaining weight. I was gaining weight left and right, and it was just all bad. But yeah, that's kind of where it went bad for me.
That water weight could do a lot too. A lot of people. So the biggest thing that I always hear is for people to drink a gallon of water.
Too much.
Drink a gallon of water. That's the biggest myth ever. And I say that for me because someone who has high blood pressure cannot drink a gallon of water a day. I piss 2 gallons of water a day when I can only drink 8 ounces of water.
Yeah,
so don't tell me to drink a gallon.
You got to go by basically your body type, your body fat, and all that stuff like that. There's a certain amount of water you're supposed to drink for your body. Like,
I retain so much of it.
It's crazy. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, and we saw people say that and they don't understand it. That includes water. Too much water is not good for you either. You have to like, not to say limit your intake, but you just have to be smart about it. Don't just be guzzling, gallons upon gallons of water every single day. Take your time, sip on that bad boy. Let it go down easy. Let it quench your thirst without,
enjoy the water. Be the water. Become it. Let it be the nourishment for your body, but not a gallon.
The military definitely was like my start of where things were not going that well for me when it came to fitness. Like, crazy thing is I was still working out all the time. I was doing CrossFit. Like, I was constantly in the gym, and the gym was like part of my everyday routine. It was something I loved to do. So I felt like not necessarily where it started going wrong. That is where I started to gain weight. Which, at the time I thought it was good weight because I was trying for the longest to get to 150. Your girl was stuck at like 145 almost all her life. So 150 was like my ideal weight, and I don't know why. It's just like a goal in mind. I got to it when I was in Korea, but then it got to 158, and I was like, whoa, you're not going to the right place.
Too much. Bring it down.
Get out of my face. Get out of it. Like, go a little lower. Give me a little bit of cushion.
That's what I want, a little butt.
It didn't give it to me. It went here. It went right in my face and in my stomach. But I did lose it after that. I did lose it after that, and then like life went back to like me working out all the time. I was in shape. I moved back to Miami end of 2017, end of 2017. I moved back to Miami. Did I? No, end of 2016. January 1st, 2017 is when I moved back to Miami. And your girl was in some of the best shape of her life. Got a little bit of weight gain to me. I had my abs was popping. Listen, I might pop up a picture here on the screen of when I first moved back to Miami. Y'all gonna see it. But I was in shape. 2019 was it. 2019, like I always be trying to think back to 2019. And you know what happened in 2019? My ass went to the freaking, you know what? I'm not even going to call this school out, but a past employer, I went to this, I started working at a place that has some toxic individuals, and my mental, my physical, my financial, every issue, whatever, just went to hell. Went to hell. It was like I started gaining weight left and right. I didn't want to work out. I was eating terribly. My finances were just not in order. Like it was a very toxic environment, and my mental health just kind of was like, what the fuck?
It really does that, especially like a toxic, any type of environment, but especially your work environment, because you spend majority of your wake hours there. So you really endure a lot, like just being at work. Yeah. Your weight gain, your weight loss, your any type of gain or loss is circled around work.
Yeah, it just, and listen, the better me, the one that's going into the new year a little bit more at peace and like trying to not be petty. And because there's still individuals there that I mess with and like I'm cool with, and there's a lot of students there that deserve, to, not be belittled and talked down upon, but just know, y'all just know it. Anyway, about you, I'm gonna get back to the negative headspace. I don't want to be there no more. But just 2019 was a bad year for me. It was just things were just not going right, and I fell into this depression where I'm already a very introverted extrovert, or an extroverted introvert. I'm an introvert by nature, but I like to I like to throw gatherings and things like that. My friends, they come over. If I say this is from 6 to 10, baby, 10 o'clock, good night. Go home, all of you.
I done been to one of those.
I go my room. Y'all do what y'all please. Like,
y'all just pass your time.
Yeah, I love my gatherings. I love people. I like posting things, but it's like, okay, that's it. Thanks, guys. Please go home.
You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here.
Yeah, and it was just like I would still do those things, and I would like overcompensate by just doing the most for people in general. Like not overcompensate, because I am a very helpful person. I do love giving back and community service and stuff like that. But it was like almost a crutch for me, where I was doing it so much because I wanted to like get out of my own headspace, because I wasn't happy where I wasn't happy mentally, and it just really started taking a toll on my physical body. It started taking a toll, like I said, on my spiritual mind, on my finances. Everything was just like going to hell in that year. And it was just like no one really knew it but me. Like, I mean, I might have said things here and there to like little people, but like we got to get in this mindset of like no one cares or no one can help me. So it was just like, all right, whatever. And then people start saying like, oh girl, you're getting thick. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not getting thick. Your girl's gaining weight. This is getting unhealthy. This is getting unhealthy. So I don't know if you've seen what I posted earlier on Instagram and on my TikTok or whatever. I posted on TikTok, y'all. Just Jordan. But I posted on, I think it's InspiredbyJ. Either way, but I posted on there like a little a video, and I was in the gym. I was in my little gym today, and I was after I worked out, I was taking off my resistance, my band, what's it called? Waistbands.
The waistband.
Yeah, I was taking it off, my sweet set and all that stuff. I'm taking it off, and I'm just sitting there, and I got the motivational sayings going in the background. And it's basically saying like, "Girl, keep going. Don't give up. No matter who believe in you, you believe in you. Keep going, or whatever." And then I was transparent with myself, where I have a scale and an app that kind of tells you everything: your visceral fat, your body fat percentage, your BMI, your weight, everything. So I posted it, and for all my things, it's saying basically obese. Like let me see if I can find it on here. I'll probably post it up on the screen for y'all if I have it on my phone still. But yeah, like all my things, and like people are always looking at me like, oh, you're so in shape, girl, you just think you're fine. And we definitely got to get out of that habit. And this is very triggering to me. Get out of that habit of telling people how to feel about themselves and pushing off your insecurities on other people. I've had friends in the past. It used to frustrate me. Like, I try to be very cautious about things that I would say, especially when I was in tip-top shape, because I've had friends make me feel guilty for me feeling like I was out of shape. So because I was always smaller and I was in a pretty good shape, if I ever felt like I was gaining too much weight or I was getting sluggish or I felt out of shape or, bad about myself, I wasn't allowed to say it. Because God forbid I had a friend that was a little bit bigger than me. They feel like, girl, be quiet. You're not out of shape. This is out of shape. That's your business. That is your business. You upset about how you feel. That is great. That is fine. Fix it.
But don't throw
I'm upset about how I feel. And don't get mad at me because I happen to be smaller than you. So I should be grateful because I guess I'm your body goals in a sense, but I'm not mine. I'm not my own body goals, and I have a right to feel how I feel about whatever it is that I'm going through with my body, and it was going through even till now. Like literally, me posting this screenshot. Let me see. So okay, my weight. It says for my age and my height, I'm 182.4 pounds. I'm considered overweight. My BMI, almost at 30, I'm at 29. That's considered overweight. My body fat index, 34.4. That is considered obese. For my age and my height, that is considered obese for me. And I know looking at me, I don't feel like I look, I'm actually okay.
But internally.
Yeah, I'm actually like, I'm not necessarily okay with how I'm looking right now, but I'm okay. Like, I'm not how I used to be. Because I used to wake up and I was just like, yo, what the hell? But I was so far gone that like, most people be like, oh, I don't like this. Let me go work out. I was so far gone, I couldn't even do that. It was like I don't care. Like if I'm getting in the way, who cares? I'm gonna go eat this. I'm gonna go eat that. Ice cream, cookies, whatever. At midnight, I'm eating candy. Knowing I gotta go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning in the bed watching Netflix, eating popcorn.
And just living your best fat life.
Just living my best fat life. But yeah, it was just like, it was just, that was what was the most triggering to me was just hearing people tell me that I was okay or I look fine. And then it's like I had to post side-by-side pictures or even post, like I said, posting this little screenshot and this breakdown of all of my stuff. So there are people that may be bigger than me, but their body fat percentage is lower. And it's like, you got to remember that your body is different. Nobody is exactly the same. So just because I might look more in shape than you, you might be in the best shape of your life right now. You might be better than me at everything right now. And I just look like I'm in shape. But your girl can't run down the block. I can't run 20 meters without huffing and puffing. My knee giving out on me. Like, looks can be very deceiving. Okay?
Girl, you in this run word, girl. Ooh, I hate that.
Like 2 years. It's been like 2 years since I ran anywhere, and it's just like,
oh, you said it again, ran. Oh.
Yeah. So dramatic.
I hate running. When I tell you I hate running, I hate it.
I was a track runner all my life, and I hated running. I don't know why I did it. It just was something to do, I guess. Like, I love track meets, but I hated that I had to take part in it. It wasn't even the running. It was just that one race. That 4x4 is the devil. That 400 meters, that one lap around that track, it's sprinting, the devil.
I don't care if it's a 4x4 or 2x2 or 4x4. I hate it.
All right, wait.
I'm a little hungry too since I said that.
Okay, sure. What about you though? Like, what were some triggering things for you when it came to, gaining weight or just being in shape and stuff?
Man, all my life I've been a trigger. Like I say, I've always been on the plus side from a kid. So I'll never forget I was 10 years old. Was I 10? I think I was 10 and my brother was getting married. And as a 10-year-old, I had to do home exercises to get in a dress. I was a junior bride for my brother's wedding, and I had to do small exercises to get my back down just so I could zip this dress up. And of course, I partied my life away at the reception, and of course, I bust the dress open.
But why didn't you just get the dress in your size? The disrespect.
Because they really was like, if we widen this dress a little bit bigger. So it was more easier for them to get me to lose the weight and get it down so we could get this the dress up. But I've been big all my life. In high school, I really thought I was real big, but when I look back at pictures, I look real small. I was exactly 200 pounds in high school, maybe 190 at certain points, but I thought I was so big. And of course, being around other girls who are, my friends, and seeing them with their smaller physique, and I wanted to be that girl like them. I was always the big girl in the group. So it was like I felt out of place. I didn't know where my place was. So then I began to, look for love in wrong places because I wanted that affection, and I wanted the guy to tell me I was pretty. But I was still a big girl. So high school came and gone, and I was still this 200. I had my son. At that point, I got up to 215. My doctor told me I can gain exactly 15 pounds. I gained that. But I also gained high blood pressure. Never had it before, never had issues. I did not experience preeclampsia, which is what women who get pregnant eventually develop, not all, but some. Yeah. And I developed it literally like within 24 hours of me having my son. And my blood pressure has been a roller coaster ever since. At 19, my blood pressure was 214 over 119. I had emergency C-section. And my weight has always been up and down. But I would say depression a lot. My mom died when I was 13. So I found comfort in food. I was a closet eater. And I was a closet eater up until maybe about like my early 30s, late 20s, maybe somewhere around that. And some people probably look at me and be like, girl, you ain't that old. Some people think I'm 27. I'm actually 37. Shout out, I'll be 38. God willing.
Y'all see this? Y'all see these 30s?
I'm taking the glasses off so y'all can see it. You see this?
I ain't really fine right now, but just know this is 30s. We in the 30s right here. Mm-hmm.
We is in the 30 club, baby. We is in the 30 club.
In the mid.
I get that all the time. Excuse me. So my triggers has always been around acceptance. Yeah. I want to be accepted. So then I feel like I need to work out so I can be accepted, so I can look good and I can feel good. But I had to learn how to accept myself. I've done every diet you can think of. I done bought the cookie. I done sprinkled the salt. I done did challenges. I done did hydroxycut. I did Ali. Amphetamine. You name it. I pretty much have done it. But the after effects were 10 times worse because I would gain not only the weight that I lost, but I gained even more. So if I lose 10 pounds, I done gain 30. So this latest journey that I'm on has been very opening, a very eye-opening, very fun. And I'm not doing it by myself. I never held myself accountable. And that's the biggest thing that we as humans do. We don't often hold ourselves accountable for our triggers. Yeah. I could have easily at any point just stopped, but I didn't want to be responsible. Like somebody pissed me off, so it's their fault that I'm eating like this. Mm-hmm. Or I'm having a bad day, and it's because I had this bad day, I'm going to eat like this. I wasn't being an adult. I wasn't being mentally aware. And that's something else too that was a trigger. Mental illness. I can say at one point I was so depressed I wanted to kill myself because I was the big girl and I didn't have the hot guy to like me. So I had to really think like, girl, get it together. Like, what are you doing? I can say now, the way how the world is evolving, being plus size is now acceptable to some. To some, it's a fetish. There are still some guys who consider dating a plus size woman to be an ill, but in the background, they'll be in your DM. Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. You so this, that, and the third. Girl, and when I be looking at them type, like
you still not my type. You still not my type.
Even on my worst day, you ain't my type. Like being plus size don't mean I have to lower my standards. Baby, no. I still have high standards. Listen, my standards are as big as my gut.
You're so
I'm just saying, it's gonna take a lot for you to step. Yeah. I require a lot. And not all big girls are addicted to food. Some people have thyroid issues, and people think that, oh my gosh, you need to lay off the food. Well, the medication I might be taking is what's making me gain weight. But my trainer, she's been phenomenal. Shout out to Tiva Phillips at Fitness. Y'all make sure y'all go follow her. Y'all see it. Check her out on Instagram. I started working out with her in May, and y'all will see the before and after. Like, I'm not where I want to be, but baby,
listen, I'm gonna get. I'm proud of you. You look amazing. Like,
thank you.
I moved out of state and came back, and I'm like, where did April go? Like, hold on, where's she at?
Right here.
So we are gonna be doing shout outs throughout this podcast because one or two where we just want to highlight individuals who are doing the damn thing, whether they're entrepreneurs, whether they're out in the community. So that was our first shout out for today. But I definitely want to say shout out to her too, because what I appreciate about your journey and where you are now is that you quietly did it. Like, you quietly slid that in there, whereas though, like, I would just see you, and every time I see you, you were just looking more and more like together, like more and more like you've always, and like we've talked about this before separately, like where your what is the word? I can't think. Some people have their coping mechanisms, and like whereas though you're funny. You hide behind your smile and your laughter, and she's super funny, guys, and so funny. But you got to check on your strong friends. You got to check on your funny friends, because you never know what they're struggling with behind that. And it was always laughing. She gonna have you cracking up in the life of the party, but internally she may be going through the most. And it's like, for her, it's like, okay, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna have a good time. Like, I might be going through it, but I don't need to make everybody else see that I'm going through it, or I don't need to bring everybody else down with me. And I learned that about you early on. Whereas though, like I said, that's your coping mechanism. For me, mine is always stay busy, be helpful. I don't want to think about what I have going on. I'm a reader. I love to read. I read fiction. I read nonfiction. Whenever I feel like my world is going the fuck crazy, excuse my language, I don't know if I'm supposed to cuss on here, but whatever. Whenever I feel like my world is going crazy, I pick up a book. I don't want to be in this world right now. I want to go fiction. Like, I want to hear some other people's drama or some other people's like love stories or whatever, because I don't want to be here. So I read a lot. If you see me on my phone half the time, I'm usually reading. I'm not on Instagram. Sometimes I am, but a lot of times I'm reading on Wattpad. I have 24 books already written out that I'm reading for the next year. All these books back here, your girl's been reading. I got 2 bookshelves. I got one on the other side. Like, I got 24 books on my list for the new year. 5 of them are digital. The other ones are hard copies. Like, I want to, like, some of them, all these books are more so, I want to be more intentional with my reading for the new year. So it's going to be more like financial, self-help, autobiographies, that type of stuff. But, we have these coping mechanisms where our triggers were never really addressed.
Yes.
They weren't addressed. They were just overshadowed, and they were just hidden, and they were just, and we got to get out of that mindset. So, I want you to give her another shout out for real, because she definitely deserves that. I feel like you're doing good. I feel like your smile is a little bit more genuine now, and not just like, let me hide it. I feel like she got that. I'm feeling myself. Having to cut her hair off.
Because you see how I cut it, baby.
Like, okay. TikTok.
Y'all excuse me. I go get a haircut tomorrow. My barber got to get me right tomorrow. But when y'all see me next week, just know.
Just know it's there. It's up.
I can look like this. But yeah, shout out to Phillips at Fitness. Utiva Phillips, phenomenal, just real genuine, down to earth. I mean, she has a body. Well, God himself, like, literally came down and was like, down. But what I love about her, again, is her spirit. And she's a mother, she's a wife, she's a trainer, she's a woman, she go through the same shit we go through, you know what I'm saying? And we tend to buckle under pressure. And that's something that I had to learn to not to do. I would get so embarrassed when I go in the gym and work out, and I will put on these big old hefty clothes. Now I find me like Nike sets or a cute little set because my trainer make me feel good to come into the gym and work out, and I'm crushing it to the point where she wants me to lift heavy, and I'm like, no, 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 no. But I do it. I get it done. So love you, baby. Shout out to you. We doing our thing.
Hey, shout out to you. All right, so where are we now? Let's talk about that. We're gonna talk about where we are now. We talked about how we how fitness came into our lives and we're health and wellness and how we were introduced to it. We talked about our triggers and how we fell off or never got on or whatever the case may be. Now, kind of like where are we now? So I know you just said you're training. You've been with her since May. You doing the damn thing. Like, get it, girl. Get it, girl.
Ooh, where are we now? So, of course, as you know, we're going into the new year. Mm-hmm. So, we're about to start training more intensely. I have a photo shoot I want to do, baby. But y'all gonna see this picture? Cause it's gonna be your girl with the little tie-dye here with a hat, and I'm gonna be like tie-dye, but boom.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I literally just text my friend that we're going on a trip soon, in the next couple of weeks, and I sent her this Jamaican chick I follow on Instagram called Tananya, and she took a picture like that with her friends a couple of like a year or so ago, and I sent my friend that picture. I was like, bruh, keep my ass accountable for the next couple of weeks. I mean, yes. I ain't gonna be there, but I'm gonna be somewhere. Keep me accountable because I'm taking that picture.
Yes.
And my friends that know me, your girl, I'm not conservative, but I'm also not very. I'm not a sexy person. I guess you could say like I'm just not a girly girl. But your girl said I'm taking that picture, so I got 2.5 weeks to get my life together. Not even. I got like 2 days to get my life together because that picture's coming. The hat, the beach chair lounging on a horse, whatever it is, I'm doing it.
This one, listen, this one is going to be butt air to naked.
I
bucket naked. I'm going to give me a big old body hat to cover up just my face. I'm going to hold my tangas like this. And I'm going to just be like, you see, that's going to be me.
Get it.
So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing now. I'm actually about to start like a little quick detox. I just came back from New Orleans, like literally a few hours ago. So I had a good time. One thing I realized, and I was just telling my travel partner, Courtney, she's like a sister to me. We did not eat like how we thought we was. And we typically don't, but it shocked us even more because let me tell you, New Orleans, not New Orleans, baby. New Orleans, you eat good, you drink good, you party good. And we did party good. We did eat good and we did drink good, but we wasn't excessive. So we both held ourselves accountable. That when we come back, we're going to detox, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And hey, I got goals.
This is how you know that you're in it for a long time and not for a good time. Because some people get into this process of getting in shape and, health and fitness, whereas though they have a goal for a certain event. They're like, okay, like me, I mean, I'm not going to stop at this event, but like, I'm like, oh, I got a trip in 2 weeks. Let me try to get in shape real quick. And it's like the trip comes, you get you a couple of good pictures, you in shape, and then you fall right back off. It's like,
that's it. You fall off.
Yeah. But the fact that you had that, you was conscious enough to know like, oh, okay, let's not overdo this because I still got a long way to go. I still have my journey that I want to finish. When this trip is over, I'm back to reality. Like, that's definitely good that you had that mindset already.
My mentality for me lately has been, I see myself fail. I know what it's like to fall off. I know what it's like to give up on myself. I'm at the point in my life now where I have to see what it's like to win for me. I root for everybody. But I don't root for myself. So I took, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it was not me that recognized I was losing weight. So when the picture, like I posted, came out, and it was like, my trainer sister, Nia, love her to death as well. She was explaining how she was showing her coworker a picture of me. And I was like, me? Is it me? Am I the drama? And she was like, no, you really did do that. And I was like, let me see. And she showed me the picture, and I was like, oh, okay. And I went home and I did a collage, and I put the same dress on. And when I looked at where I was that day and where I was the day that I took that original picture, it was like, bitch, is this really me? So I took another picture. Like, for me, I do dates. I date myself. I'll take myself out on a date. And I took a picture from my date night, and I took a picture that I took from December last year. And I was like, bitch, you doing a good job, bitch. You doing a good job. You doing a good job, bitch. You doing a good job. So when I saw that, it was like, you can't give up on you now. Yeah. One, I have high blood pressure, and I am on quite a few different medications. Something else I gotta hold myself responsible for, because I don't take the medication as I should. I'll take some here and there, but I won't take all of them. And I don't want to take all of them because being on medication can have you on a wave. I could be up one day, I could be down. I can have down for a long time, I can have up for a long time. So my goal is to get off all this medication. Whether I get off one or all, but the goal is to get off of it, period. So seeing me win for a long time, and seeing me be here for a long time is my goal. Yes, I got to do it. I got to do it. Yes, and I'm loving the results.
I'm loving the results for you. And it's definitely been motivating me, like, tremendously. I told myself, like, where I am right now, I'm in a better headspace where I kind of like, I'm like, all right, let's not wait till the new year. Let's not wait till the first to actually start doing something. I did get myself after Christmas because, you know, girls got needs. We eat homemade bread and pepper pot for Christmas morning breakfast. And I had that the rest of the weekend. So I was like, I know I'm going to eat my bread. And I think where I mess up sometimes is I'm always trying to take things away. Like, no this, no this, no this, no this. And when I tell myself no, it's the same way in the regular world where somebody else tells me no. Like, I ain't trying to listen to me. Like, don't tell me no. Like, I can't even tell myself no. It's like, nah, bro, you can't tell me no. So it's like, I'll do good for 2 days. And then I'm like, it's just a little piece of cheese. It's a little piece of bread.
It ain't gonna hurt.
It ain't gonna hurt. Like, if it is here. So now I'm trying to be conscious to, like, okay, right now, my homegirl came over here. I think it was like yesterday or the day before, whatever. I had some stuff for her kid. But she came over here and she's looking through my refrigerator. And she's like, where's all the snacks? There is none. There are none. My refrigerator is empty. I'm getting to the habit where I need to get, like, I love to cook. I love to cook. And I have not cooked really since I moved to Texas. Your girl been ordering out, doing all types of stuff. I do not be cooking. So it's like, I'm gonna stop buying stuff to have for the future. And I'm gonna start buying things when I need them. So if I need some tomatoes, I'm gonna go get some tomatoes because I know I'm gonna make it tomorrow. I'm not gonna just buy tomatoes and buy celery. Like, things are so much fruit and stuff was just going bad. So I wasn't like, I got some mangoes in here right now, which I'm so upset about because I just didn't eat it. Like, they was in there and I put them in like this little bowl and I forgot about them. I've been eating my grapes, I've been eating my apples, but I forgot my mangoes. And I smelled it earlier. I could smell the mango ripening. It was smelled so sweet. And I was like, oh, yeah, I need to eat that. Or I need to throw that out.
Smoothie.
Yeah, I'm like, it's going to go bad. But I had to tell myself, like, don't wait till New Year. This is what we're doing. Be in there. So Sunday, I got up out of my bed. I'm like, I'm not waiting anymore. Like, I have a neighbor sometimes, she goes walking with me. So in the past, it was like, hey, you want to go walk? And she's like, oh, I can't right now. Let's wait another hour or two and I'll go with you. If I waited that hour or two, I'm not going.
You ain't going to do it.
I ain't going.
You ain't going to do it.
That's how it was. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then an hour or two comes, she's like, you still want to go walk? I'm like, nah, I'm good. That's how it was. So then, as of Sunday, I was like, hey, I'm going to go walking like the next 30 minutes. You want to come? Oh, I'm laying down. Can we do it later? If you want to walk later, maybe I'll walk again with you later, but I'm going to go ahead and go now. And I went ahead and went. I did a little bit yesterday. Yeah. Today, I got up during my lunch break. I said got up because I work from home. But I got dressed during my lunch break because I usually eat my lunch like an hour before my actual lunch break. I just be eating it because I work from home. Like, whatever.
And use your lunch break for fitness.
Yeah. So then I went and I do my little 1.5 to 2 mile walk around the neighborhood. And then I don't go too ham because I'm like, I only get an hour. Like, I ain't trying to waste it. And I ain't trying to be sitting in sweat. But I usually take my lunch pretty late. Whereas though, by the time I come back, I only have like 2 more hours of work.
Right.
So then, I let my body cool down today. That's what I did today. Like, usually I get in the shower and then work out later in the day. But I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to waste it because I feel like I had a lot that I wanted to do today. And I didn't want to go shower, get changed, and say I'm gonna work out later tonight, and then all this stuff happens and your girl don't work. So I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna just sit here on my floor. I got my little I don't know if you see it behind me, but I have a yoga mat behind me. I came in the office, I brought my laptop in here. I sat on the floor, did a little bit of stretching, made my little TikTok video or Instagram video that I posted, and then I was like, dang, I still got some time left. Like, I was working, but
trying to knock it all out.
Yeah, I was working, but it was like I'm not really on the phone, so like I'm working through tickets, and it was pretty slow. So I'm paying attention to make sure that nothing's coming through that I have to respond to. But then I'm like, oh, what can I do? I'm like, I don't like my desk in this area. I feel like the light is not coming in properly from the window. Let me change it. So I sit here and move my desk around, change my office around. Before, my desk was this. It was this way. So it was against the wall. I'm sitting my back towards the window. So whenever I try to get any light, the light's not. It's making from the camera. Like if I had it face the same way, I mean it's dark right now, but like if it was daytime, this camera right now would be so dark. And I don't got time. I don't be feeling
because
like
of the
lights and stuff. Like it should be too much work. Like anybody got time for that? So I'm like, let me rearrange. I still have enough space to do what I need to do. And I just let my body like cool down. And as soon as it hit 2:00 for me, because I'm in Texas, it hit 2:00. Packed up, signed out, bye guys, closed everything down, put my desk back together, went right into that gym. I have the Peloton app. Mind you, your girl used to be a personal trainer. I'm a certified, well, it's probably expired now. I don't think it lasts long, but certified personal trainer. When I first moved back to Miami, I was training people. I was doing challenges at my job. I put together like my first job, not my first job, but I used to work at a Jewish school in Miami, and I used to run their fitness center before I was their sports information director. And I was so bored in there because these little high city kids do not be coming to the gym like that. And I was just like, yo, these people really paying me to do nothing. But I'm not that person that just sits there and get paid for nothing. I'm bored. So I'm like, all right, listen. I went to them like, hey, can I start a fitness class for the teachers? They're like, all right, cool. Did a fitness class for teachers. Free. They just came. I'm like, pay me to do something. Like, let me work.
Let me do something that I love.
Yeah, let me use my certification. So I did that. From there, I ended up getting a whole client, a young lady. Her mom worked at the school. The girl didn't go to the school, but I got a whole client. I was doing so much, and then it got to the point where I felt like I wasn't in shape. Like I was not in shape, but I wasn't. It's like I don't want to teach you to do something that I'm not doing. And I felt like we were kind of getting stagnant with her progress because my progress had stalled. It had stopped. And it's like, I'm not eating properly. I'm not working out every day. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. Like you said, people have thyroid issues and other reasons why they can't, gain weight. So I was making sure that she was staying fit and she was staying healthy, that she, her endurance and stuff was good. But I was just like very much not here. So like, we kind of took a little break or whatever. And then when it was time to come back, I'm kind of just like, I'll send you a few things, but I don't even want you to pay me no more because I feel like I'm not giving you my best.
They're
like, no. And I'm like, no, like I'm serious. Like I feel like I'm not giving you my best. So like I'm just going to help you as like your mentor and your friend, and I'll come walk with you and do things with you like that. But I don't want you to call me your trainer right now because your girls, I'm not training you right now. In the beginning, I was doing it. We was on it. But it was like when I started falling off mentally and physically, it was like I fell off with her. It's like I am never going to allow someone to I'm never going to use somebody. I'm not going to fake it and be like, oh, yeah, I'm a trainer. I got my certification, so let me go ahead and just train you and do this, whatever. Yeah, I got it on paper. Yeah, I got the credentials for it, but mentally, physically, like I wasn't doing it right. And disclaimer, folks, if you have a personal trainer out there, just remember they are not nutritionists. Some of them are. Some of them may have them be a nutritionist, but like they can give you suggestions on what to eat and stuff like that. But when it comes to food and things like that, go get you a nutritionist. Those are the people who are qualified to tell you what foods work well for your body type. Not saying that trainers are telling you is incorrect. They can give you the basic knowledge, but they cannot they can't really tell you this is the best thing and the healthiest thing for you to be eating right now because they are not nutritionists.
Because again,
if
that goes
got
back
that
to
behind their name,
water.
by all means, do your thing. But if they do not, go see a nutritionist. Invest your money. If eating is your problem, go see a nutritionist. That person is qualified to let you know what you need for your particular body type, for your particular body, because even though you might have a similar body type as somebody else, like it's not the same. Everybody's always telling me, oh, you know, eat clean, do this. I don't eat seafood. That takes away a whole lot of food for me. A whole lot.
Yeah, because
so
I'm stuck with
if I stop eating red meat and I stop eating pork and stuff like that, I'm stuck with turkey and chicken. That shit it gets old. I ate tuna. Tuna. I started trying to get into tofu and stuff. Like, depending on how you make it, I can rock it out. It's cool. But baby, I feel like folks that are pescatarians and seafood eaters, y'all got it easy. There are so many things that y'all, but I don't like seafood. I'm allergic to some of it, and I just don't like it in general. But like, yeah, I'm in a better space now where it took me a long time to tell myself, like, hey, little girl,
get it together.
I had to figure out what was going to motivate me. And I had this conversation with, I call him baby daddy. And I had this conversation with one of my friends where I'm just like, I don't know what to do because nothing is motivating me. I'm gaining the weight. That doesn't motivate me. I'm unhappy because I'm unhealthy. It's not motivating me. My knees hurt. I can barely walk. That's not motivating me. Like, nothing was motivating me. So I was like, I need somebody to pay my student loans or something like that. Somebody tell me they can pay my student loans. I feel like that would motivate me. That would motivate me.
Come on, get these loans together.
I had told him
help
that, so
me out.
Like, yo, I was like, how about this? If I lose this amount of weight by this time, you do X, Y, Z. He was like, what do I get from that? I was like, nothing, but I would be motivated.
But I get the benefit.
Yeah, I would be motivated because she gonna pay for X, Y, and Z. He was just like, child. I'm like, yeah, I was like, I had to figure out what was gonna motivate myself. And what I realized for me, fitness used to be fun. And I feel like I have to get back into where it's a part of my daily routine, where it was second nature and I didn't have to think about it. It was just something fun to do. I was playing volleyball. I was doing CrossFit. I was out there playing football. I was on the softball team. And I was playing football in Miami with the Fury. And it was like, it was fun. So it was like I was still working out without working out. But then I kind of just went cold turkey when everything stopped.
Yeah, because you was working out with me and Nona.
Yeah. And then it just went cold turkey. Like, like literally, a lot of it, like I said, I was in a very unhealthy environment where it messed me up mentally a lot. And I just like, I was never at the stage where I'm just like, I want to end it all. But I was very much at an epic stage where, not epic like in life, just epic like I don't want to be bothered.
Like
like whatever. It is what it is. And I seen when the weight first started coming in, I seen it, I felt it, and I'm just like, I'm gaining weight. But like I said, those triggers where people are telling you, you're fine, you look good. Oh, you can't.
They don't know.
And it just kept building. And some of them same people nowadays, they'll see pictures, they're like, I see it now, or I didn't notice before, but I see it. And I'm like, I've been telling you this.
Like, I know my body. I know what I feel like. I know when I sit down and my stomach sit in my lap on my thighs.
You're out of control.
Come on, like I know my body.
That's where I am now. I'm at a space where I'm starting.
I'm glad that you're getting out of that space.
Yeah, I'm starting over. I'm trying to be better. Like I do like vegetables. I just need to my biggest thing is once I start cooking again, food won't be a problem. Like food won't be a problem.
You want to come cook for me?
You're a little far.
I hate cooking.
If I still live in Miami, I would have you, Bill. I would have you. But
you know, like
yeah, it's just like I just had to get it together for myself. And I worked out today. I have the little Peloton app. I pay for that because, me, even I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. I just don't do it. So like, as much as I don't like authority, I do like being instructed, I guess, in a sense, in the gym.
You like the discipline of it.
Yeah, I like the structure.
The structure.
It's more for the structure, yeah. So like, if somebody just gave me work, I said, go do this, I'm going to do it. But if I got to braid it myself, I'm just like, oh, I don't feel like it. And then I'm like, all right, if I say, let me do 3 sets of 12, eventually 3 sets of 12 is going to end up being 3 sets of 8 or 3 sets of 10. I'm going to be like, I don't feel like it.
Oh, that is me.
But watching it and doing the exercises with the trainer or whatever on the Peloton app or whatever, I'm in there. Like, granted, don't get me wrong, like your girl was tired today. It was a 30-minute HIIT workout and I was dead to the world because it was day one pretty much. And, got them little burpees. I said, ooh, I did some of them. But like that whole time, that whole 40 seconds, whatever it was, I probably did like 15 seconds, then stopped. like for like 20 and then did the last like 10. That's probably how that went. But yeah, so that's where your girl is now. That's where she is now. And I think it's a good way to transition into kind of like that procrastination. So
yeah,
everybody has goals, but it's like, what is stopping us from getting to those goals? Like, why are we procrastinating? Why do people say, oh my gosh, I'm out of shape. I'm getting shape for the new year. Like the new year is in 3 days. Why wait 3 days? Why not just start today? What is it? What is it that procrastination really does for you besides limit or delay your greatness?
We are, and when I say we, me, are trained to think that you start in January because it's the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. You can put a handle on where you are at the beginning of the year and track your progress throughout the year, see where you are at the end. Yeah. But what we fail to realize is we are only focusing on one goal. Like we're like, oh, we're going to do better. We're going to go work out. We're going to go do this. You are limiting yourself when you are saying January 1st, I'm going to work out. January 1st come, you do your first workout, right? Or January 1st come and you're like, well, it's a Saturday this year, but Monday I'm going to start working out, or Wednesday I'm going to start working out. No, don't wait until the new year. Start working out now. You have to start setting the tone. And a lot of times we are unrealistic. My thing is I set small goals. So I don't procrastinate on myself and be unrealistic and say I'm gonna lose 5 pounds this month. No, my goal every week is to lose 1 or 2 pounds. 1 to 2 pounds. That's it. That's all I'm obligated to do for this week. I lose 1 pound or I lose 2 pounds. Great. 1 pound, good. But that's more realistic to me because I know when I weigh myself on a Monday and I come back on that Friday or Saturday, I've lost at least a pound or 2. So when I see small changes like that, then that kind of pulls me back to say, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I could do this a little bit sooner because a party will come up. Before I can go to a party, I'm eating cake, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Now I'm like, man, I know when I get with this lady, she gonna whoop my ass. Nah, I don't want that extra cup of liquor. No, don't put too much rice on my plate. No, and I don't mind saying it. So I could definitely say there's been a change because your girl is a procrastinator. Big time. When I tell you big time, there have been moments where I'm like, okay, just currently, I know for a fact that there are some days where we all can't make a workout, and I work out at least like 4 or 5 days a week. And I'd be like, if she don't call, I ain't going. If she don't call, I'm not going. I get dressed and then I get a text and they'll say, hey ladies, see you at 8. Oh! But I love it though. And I'm glad she do it because not only is she being accountable for me, we got another girl that work out with us. She's being accountable for her and she's showing up because she get down with us and work out too. So that makes me change my whole perspective of thinking when I get in there and work out, or even before I get in. We struggle with the thought of just preparing ourselves to work out. When I work out, I'm good. It's just the thought, I gotta put on these clothes. I gotta go do some physical work. I gotta lift this weight. When she put 245s on the end of these things, now she putting 25s. It's that whole process of thinking. So we just gotta we gotta get out of our own way and stop with the bullshit. Like if you want to work out, just go out and do it. Yeah. Don't wait until a Monday. Don't wait until the first of the month. Just cut the bullshit and go do it. And that's what I had to do. Cut the bullshit. I had to stop giving up on myself. Yeah. We know what it's like to fail.
I'm definitely still working on my procrastination. Listen, like I said,
cut the bullshit out.
Sunday was progress. I usually be like, all right, I'll wait for you, but I was like, nah, like what am I waiting for? I'm ready to go work out right now. I'm in the spirits. I'm in the mood. Like this is the time I set for myself. Be intentional with your time. I am like I'm so into planning where I got to get back in the mindset of I have so many planners and I write things out. I have daily planners. I have, my schedule that I have to start sticking to it. And Man, listen, I just posted a video on YouTube earlier today with my little planner lineup. I got a couple of them over here. I got budget planners. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And this is a law of attraction planner. Wait, hold on. My screen is blurred out. Yeah, Amazon, if y'all looking for a good planner, this is definitely one. Law of attraction. Oh, wait, hold on. Y'all can't see. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's huge. So what I love about it is oh God, I was dropping. It's gold. Like it have my victories, books to read, urgent, to delegate, important, things like that. I saw it and I was like, I gotta have it.
Oh yeah, I'm a planner girl, so your girl got stickers for days. I'm a planner girl. I have I have so many planners. So I have this little one here. I know we're getting a little off topic, guys. You guys can't see this, but I have a few different planners. And what I love about this one, it kind of gives me a vision board page. So I got all my stickers on it. I pretty much just put all my stickers of things that I want to do. I got my reading. Where is it? I got my reading here, things like that. But yeah, a bunch of them. This is my catch-all planner. You know, my daily stuff, and it has a lot of motivational things in here. And I try to get the planners that talk about like that makes you think and kind of keeps you in a good mental space too. So it's asking you like doing like weekly check-ins with you, like, so how are you doing today? How's your finances today? What can you do to improve that? These are the planners that I have in place. But yeah, I'm trying to get back into my like I'm good with planning and scheduling. I'm not good with the follow through. So every Sunday is my planning day where I sit down, I write my planner, I talk about like I have a little notebook that I keep in my little homemade gym where I used to write down my workouts for the week. I write down my workouts for the week. I started at first to do meals, and I'm like, girl, don't lie to yourself. You're not about to stick with these meals. So I would write out my workouts for the week, and then it stopped being me writing my workouts, and then I was just like, okay, I'll write it as I go in there because I might change my mind about what I want to do. And then it just went to me not even writing at all. I'm like, okay, I'll go in there, and if anything, I will only do like 10 minutes of cardio on the elliptical or on the bike, and then I'll just be done. I'm like, okay, I did something. That's good enough. So it was like, we're not doing it anymore. I'm not procrastinating anymore. I definitely want to make sure. So 2 things that I'm going to do every single day is I'm going to go for my walks every day. I don't care if I only walk around the block. I want to go out and get some fresh air because working from home, like you get real lazy. I'm being intentional in the new year where I'm actually going to get dressed. I'm going to put clothes on every day. Child, I start working at 5 in the morning. I start working at 5 a.m. I roll over. I don't even be in this cute little office. I be in my bed. I be in that bed. I roll over like
working.
Yeah, because I work in IT, so they gave me all these monitors. I don't use none of them. They all packed up in that closet right there. I got my laptop in my bed. I roll over. That's it. I don't have a problem clicking between screens. I don't need to see 15 screens. I'm good. I'm there. So my alarm goes at 4:30, 4:45, 4:55. I'm still hitting snooze. Girls, no more snooze. I need to get up and turn that off. So I think I'm gonna like take my Google Home. I'm gonna take that and put it in I thought it was going to talk to me, that they be nosy every time I say the word, and she's like, yes. But I'm gonna take that, probably put it in the living room and get you in a little alarm clock that you actually have to press, turn it off.
You gotta get up and walk to it and cut it off.
Yeah, that's what I need. I might end up just throwing something at that thing, but that's where I am with procrastination. But I'm just proud of myself because today I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing today. I plan on going walking during my lunch break. I plan on stretching, and I plan on not showering right away. I'm gonna wait these 2 hours and just get back in there and get it all done. So I'm like, if I get done and I come back in this house and I shower, and by the time I finish showering and get dressed again, I'm gonna have an hour and a half left of work. And then I'm not going to work out right away. I'm like, I just showered, I just got dressed, like I'll wait, I'll go again later tonight at like 7. 7's gonna come and Jordan's not gonna work out. I'm not. And it's gonna be like, I did my walk today, so that's still something. Nah, we ain't trying to do that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna jump into the second shout out for today. Originally, I was going to shout out myself, but since we're talking about fitness and health and stuff right now, and your girl right now is not personal training, we're going to skip and bypass me. So I do want to shout out a group of guys, or 2 separate groups of guys that are in the Miami area that I guess I could say helped me with my fitness journey when I first came there. Like I said, when I first came back to Miami, your girl was in shape. I was in tip-top shape. I was great. I was just supporting Black-owned businesses, showing up, whatever. So I want to shout out first to I Can Fitness. Shout out Rod, shout out D, shout out Shad. Those men over there are doing the damn thing. They are killing it. They have a Black-owned business. They are in Miami area. Like I said, I Can Fitness. I think it's like I Can Fitness 365 on Instagram, where you can follow them individually. I don't remember what these Instagram is. I think Rod's is like Rod the God 305. Shad is King Shad the Beat. I don't know. If I find it, I'll put it on the screen at some point, or I'll let you guys know. But just Google I Can Fitness in your Miami Gardens, and you will find them. So they're one good group of guys, and I like their style of training because it's kind of like boot camp style. It's very high intensity, even though they have beginner through advanced like lanes. But what I like about it is everybody's doing the exact same thing. Your weight might be a little bit less, but you going like, we're not coddling you, we're not babying you. You're going to get this work. That's just what it is. And then the second group that I want to shout out is Taylor Fitness. So they're in Miramar. Well, they have two locations. They're in Miramar, and they're also in Lauderhill, Lauderhill. And I was going to the Miramar location. Such a cool vibe there. Like, the women were great. Like, I got along with everybody. I met a lot of really dope people at that place. And shout out to Greg. He's the trainer over there. Those guys are also doing a great job. So shout out to Greg, Kamal, and the businessman over there.
Come on now.
Yeah, they're doing a great job over there, and I'm so proud of all of these gentlemen. These are all Black men, 2 different Black-owned businesses, gyms. We even, had 1 or 2 moments where they came together to do like little fitness relays for different gyms, and everybody got along for the most part. So I'm just so proud of that. So that is my shout out for today's episode. You want to get in shape, you want to get fine. You got 3 different people you can reach out to today. You got 2 groups. These are group training. They do individual training. Then April also has her trainer here. So, holla at these people, y'all.
Come on. There is no excuse.
None.
There is no excuse.
And you can also go to free training on YouTube University. Log into YouTube in your house, from your living room. Log into YouTube and just type in whatever exercise you want to do. I promise you there are thousands upon thousands videos on there.
There's one that I follow called Fitness Benders. Fitness Benders on YouTube is phenomenal for beginners, intermediate, novice. Definitely check out Fitness Bender. They're good.
It's for those of you that are like, oh, I can't run, I can't lift. There's another channel that I also follow sometimes in the morning when I wake up and I'm like, okay, it's early, but I want to get moving. While I'm at work at 5:30, I turn on my YouTube, Grow with the Joe. Her YouTube is called Grow with the Joe. She does a lot of walking. She does walking, like not outside, but she does in the house walking. But the fast-paced walking, she has you like lifting your arms, doing high knees, stuff like that. But it's all walking, and it's super easy. Not easy because your girl be sweating like crazy, but it's super beginner friendly, and it doesn't require you to have any equipment, like nothing. Mm-hmm. All you need is yourself. Bring yourself. Yeah. A bottle of water so you don't pass out, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're going to talk about, so what now?
So what now?
What the hell now? Like, what are we doing about this? Like, we talked about how we started. We talked about how we fell off. We talked about where we are now, how we procrastinate. Like, what now? What are we doing now? What is the goals? 2020 is around the corner. 2022 is around the corner. 2022 and beyond. The rest of our life is around the corner. What are we doing to make sure that what we're seeing right now, what it is that we want, is going to continue? What are our goals?
So what I'm doing now, so I can remain on my journey, is remain accountable. Keeping myself accountable, keeping my friends accountable, my family accountable, making sure that I'm always present and accounted for, first and foremost for me. Because I can't support anybody else if I don't support me first. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm doing now, making sure that, I'm not going to always eat right. I'm not going to always have a salad, or I'm not going to be a pescatarian or a vegan, but I am going to make sure that I do watch my intake. So that's what I'm doing now. And what are you going to do now? So what now with you?
I'm just kidding. Well, your girl just made some ginger shots tonight. Okay. So I was out here juicing. I was just in here juicing, just juicing some ginger, and I made some ginger and hibiscus shots. I'm going to make my celery juice tomorrow. I got time for this juice, and it's just a lot of work, y'all. But I'm going to be very accountable when it comes to my eating. I'm going to get back onto my routines. Or not even I'm going to get back on. This is what I'm doing as of now. I'm not waiting to New Year, like I said. So I'm eating better, eat more vegetables. I'm not bringing any more like junk to this house. I'm one to always buy candy just to have like in little bowls and gift stuff. And even with my business that I have, like when I would send out packages, I would always put little pieces of candy
Let
in
me
there.
hide this.
Oh, no, you did. Yeah, so my goals for the new year and beyond is to, as you said, stay accountable, to stick to my routine. And my routine for what I want my routine to be, I don't know if it's going to be exactly like this, but what I want my routine to be is for me to actually get up and not spend like that first couple of hours in the bed. So like when my alarm goes off, I want to make sure that I'm up by 4:45, washing my face, brushing my teeth. Because baby girl, when I start work at 5, sometimes it's not till like 8 o'clock. It's when I roll out that bed for real, and go to the bathroom and brush my teeth and wash my face, because ain't nobody seeing me. I ain't got to turn no cameras on. I'm just rolling up. I'm laying in bed like this,
typing away.
Yeah, so I want to make sure that my routine is set for 4:45. I'm actually getting out the bed, brushing my teeth, washing my face. Some days I'll go do my walk during lunch. Other days I want to actually, do the Girl with Joe, like I was mentioning earlier, or do one of the YouTube, like walking or yoga or stretching or something like that in the morning, just to kind of get my body moving. Doing my walks during lunch or doing the exercise on lunch. Like if I do the YouTube stuff in the morning, then I'll do my exercise at lunchtime. And if not, then I'll do it afterwards. And then just making sure that throughout the day, I'm actually in my office, and that way I can multitask, so I can work on my real estate business. I can work on my regular business, and I can also do my, job all at the same time. So that way, when 2 o'clock hit, I'm not like finishing one job to start another one. It's like I've been working all day for all of these. And that way I can focus on that fitness, and I can focus on working out. And if I want to go to the park and do a jog there eventually when I get back into that R word that you don't want to hear. Yeah, so those are my goals for the new year. Just staying accountable, making sure that I, pick a routine and kind of stick with it, or, stay at least adjacent of it. And then just like, I don't really care about the number on the scale. So it's not necessarily that I want to lose weight. I just want to tone back up. I want to look at myself I want to just get back into that happy spirit and feel good about myself. And I've always been the athletic one in my family. And with, I don't know if you know, but like people that from overseas, they're a little disrespectful.
No filter.
No filter. So there's been plenty of times with my grandmother, like I spoke to them for Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff, so many times where these people in Guyana get on a call, write on my Facebook messages. They write me on Facebook all the time to my son, cuz you get fat, cuz you get big. My grandmother, she's like, your face is, like she makes these faces at me, and I'm just like, oh, old lady. I know, you don't gotta tell me. But it's because they're so used to me being the one that's been like super small and not necessarily super small, but like super in shape and always working out. So that this is like, it made me actually feel better, honestly, when they told me that, because a lot of people here, it was like, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. So to hear them say to me that unfiltered, girl, what the hell? Yeah. Thank you. Like I wasn't upset about it. It was more so like, thank you. Like I know I'm not tripping. Thank you for being honest with me. And it's not that folks here are not being honest. Sometimes people like are always with you 24/7, so they're not seeing the change as it's happening. Sometimes you gotta step away and come back like, oh, okay, you are a little different. And that's where I am now.
It's so funny because we always like, we'll look at our before, our after pictures to our friends and be like, why you ain't never tell me I was this big? Why you ain't? And they really don't know, because you deal with them on a day-to-day basis, so they see you see yourself.
Some of these folks know. Some of these folks know. Like some of these folks know. Like in a some people are like some people's sizes are different. Some people are bigger. Like if I met you and you were bigger, like that's your size. Like sometimes like that's where you don't really see people saying like, oh my gosh, you're so big. Like if I'm smaller and I get bigger, it's like, oh my gosh, you're so big. Or if I'm bigger and I get smaller, it's like, oh my gosh, you lost weight. But I don't meet you and be like, oh my gosh, you're so big. Or oh my gosh, like you might need to lose weight. That's what? Yeah. Who the hell? Like, so I feel like those folks that we were meeting at certain times in our lives is like, all right. I knew some of your goals. Like I said, I used to work out with you and Nona. I knew what my goals were. I just knew that I liked to work out. At that time, I was kind of just like, I like to work out. But even being there, it was like, you see, that started to slow down. It was like, I was there. And then I was just like, I don't want nothing to do with over here. I want nothing to do with that whole section. Ugh.
Yeah.
Let me just
throw it all away.
Waste money. Let me go waste money in one of these gym memberships that I ain't going to go to, because I don't want to go to this free gym that I had because it's full of toxicity.
Yeah.
But
I know that feeling.
We're moving on to bigger and better things, and I'm just super excited about where this podcast is going to go, about the things that we're going to talk about, the things we are going to get into, and we're going to break down and figure out, so what's next? So what next?
So what now? Thinking next week we talk about plastic surgery, because that also ties with fitness. Because baby, guess what? When I drop this,
oh my Lord.
I'm going to go see Dr. Miami, Dr. Braza, Dr. Sosa, I'm going to go see some doctor.
Well, listen, so what now? We're going to talk about it. That's what you want to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about plastic surgery. If you guys have any questions, you can write us on Instagram. You can write us on Facebook. Just like reach out to us and let us know if we're going to talk about plastic surgery next week. So if you got any questions, if you have any comments that you want us to address in the next episode, we will be posting every Thursday at 6:30 Eastern time. I'm gonna hold myself accountable to actually make sure I put it out at 6:30 Eastern time.
We're putting it out there 6:30 every Thursday.
Yeah. So as long as we record this early, we good.
You know when you got to get me, because baby, and I'm working on that procrastination.
Yeah,
and getting out of my own way, not just with fitness, but just with life, period. Because
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We ain't got the time. We ain't got the time or the patience to deal with this today. I'm just kidding. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to our first episode of So What Now? We'll see you guys every Thursday at 6:30. And until next time, we out.
Peace out.